Hey everyone, buckle up because today we are diving deep into cracking the social media marketing code. With this source, it's like you'll practically be navigating those crazy algorithms like a pro in no time.
Yeah. We're diving deep into 42 strategies for social media marketing. Think of it as your secret weapon. Like this is going to be how you turn those likes into actual results, not just, those fleeting vanity metrics.
Okay, let's unpack this because I think we've all felt that pressure, right? Like, got to be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's a lot. So how do we actually use these platforms strategically? Like, cut through all that noise.
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
The source really emphasizes this. Their business is first. We have to remember that.
Yeah.
Their bottom line is ad revenue. It's not necessarily about, your business growth.
So how does that impact us, like as marketers, as people trying to actually use social media? What's the catch?
The catch is organic reach. It's, getting your content actually seen without having to pay.
Yeah.
And that is dwindling a lot. Remember that stat we saw about Facebook's algorithm?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, only a tiny percentage of your followers are actually organically seeing your posts these days.
Oh, wow. That's kind of depressing.
Yeah, it's true. And that's why, more than ever, you need to understand how to work these platforms. Work with them, not against them.
Yeah. Okay, I'm all ears. I'm ready. What's the strategy?
Well, for starters, we've got to get really, really smart about paid advertising. The source really dives deep into this, especially the importance of A/B testing. Did you know that just testing different versions of your ad copy, can drastically affect your click-through rates?
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me more about this A/B testing, like magic. What does that even look like in practice?
So it's all about experimenting and analyzing. So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket with just one ad, you create multiple versions. And you just do slight variations, maybe a different headline, a different call to action. And then what you do is you run them simultaneously, and then you track, which one's actually performing the best.
So instead of just blindly throwing money at ads, you're gathering data and figuring out what your audience actually responds to.
Exactly.
It's like working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And that actually brings us to another key takeaway from the source.
Hmm.
We've got to understand the nuances of each platform.
Mm-hmm.
Because, what works on Instagram, totally different from what might work on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
All right, so let's actually break down these platforms because I have to admit, even I get lost sometimes trying to keep up with all the, the updates, the algorithm changes. It's like they're speaking a different language.
They practically are. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's why having a source like 42 Strategies is so crucial. It just breaks it all down. Actionable insights. So shall we start with the visual powerhouse itself, Instagram?
Yes, let's talk Instagram. I feel like it's if you're trying to reach, anybody these days, especially a younger demographic, you've got to be on Instagram.
Absolutely. And the source really highlights this fascinating point about Instagram's algorithm that a lot of businesses miss.
Okay.
You mentioned all the changes, right? Keeping up with the changes. Reels and video. That's where it's at right now. That's what the algorithm really, really wants to see.
So those perfectly curated photo grids,
Yeah.
maybe not cutting it anymore.
They still have their place.
Okay.
But incorporating those short, engaging videos,
Yeah.
that's key for visibility.
Well, what does that even look like?
Think behind the scenes peaks,
Yeah.
product demos, or even just hopping on a trending audio. Those are the things that are going to catch that algorithm's eye.
Yeah.
But more importantly, audience's attention.
It's all about staying ahead of the curve, adapting, constantly adapting.
Adapting, exactly. And speaking of adapting,
Yes.
let's shift gears. Let's go to a platform that honestly often gets really overlooked
Yeah.
in this whole social media frenzy. But I think it offers a really unique advantage.
Okay.
LinkedIn.
Okay, LinkedIn. See, I always think of LinkedIn and I'm like, oh, it's my digital resume.
Right, right. It's so much more than that.
Okay.
And the source actually does a great job of this, highlighting LinkedIn's strength. Content, long-form content,
Okay.
and thought leadership. Remember how we were talking about Facebook?
Yeah.
And organic reach is non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, their algorithm actually rewards that.
Yeah.
Good writing, in-depth posts, you're golden.
Interesting. So, say you're in, the B2B space.
Yeah,
And you're really trying to, establish that expertise.
exactly.
LinkedIn's the spot.
100%.
Yeah.
Think of it as your chance to share valuable insights You know, contribute to industry conversations, position yourself as a thought leader. Plus, the source mentions this. Hashtags.
Oh, yeah. Hashtags are everything.
Huge on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
They can really, like, amplify your reach.
Unlocking that visibility
There you go.
on any platform, yeah.
Now, from the, like, very strategic world of LinkedIn, let's jump into, like, the fast-paced, trend-driven world
Oh,
of
here we go.
TikTok.
TikTok, all right. Where, like, viral dreams are made and broken, like, in a nanosecond.
It's so true. It's true. But here's the thing about TikTok, and I think a lot of people get this wrong. It's not just about, you know, like dance challenges and funny skits. Yeah, those can go viral, right? But there's a huge opportunity for businesses to actually showcase what they do, like in creative, engaging ways.
Okay, but how do you even begin to, like, approach TikTok marketing? Because it seems like you need a whole team of, like, Gen Z consultants just to figure out, like, what's cool anymore.
Right. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
One of the most effective strategies that the source talks about, being authentic, being relatable.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to, like, show the human side of your brand, have a little fun, and yes, even hop on a trend or two.
Embrace the chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
100%. Now, before we move on from platforms entirely, there's one more we got to hit.
Okay.
It's a big one. Literally, YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. It's like it's been around forever.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, it's still going strong.
And for good reason.
Remember how we were saying how LinkedIn, that's
Yeah.
a great platform for, like, that long-form content?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube takes that to a whole other level. Plus,
Yeah.
the source really emphasizes this. This is a huge advantage. The SEO power.
Wait, SEO for YouTube.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Think about it, right? You want to learn something new, what do?
I Google it.
You Google it, right?
Okay.
How often is it a YouTube video?
Like all the time.
All the time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the source has some really good, like, actionable tips on how to optimize your video titles, descriptions, tags, all that to rank higher in search.
So not only can you reach, like, this massive audience that's already on YouTube,
Yeah.
but then you also have the potential to, like, bring people in, drive them to your website or whatever it is from that SEO.
100%.
That's huge.
Now, I know we just, like, threw a lot of platforms at you,
Yeah, yeah.
but there's one more, like, really crucial piece of the puzzle we got to talk about.
Okay.
Those, like, overall strategies for social media success. The stuff that applies no matter what platform you're on.
Okay.
Like, that transcends algorithms and trends. And this is, like, where the magic happens, honestly.
Okay, Marty, let's get strategic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got, like, our platform playbook.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about, like, the bigger picture. What are those, like, universal strategies
Right.
for social media success, like, no matter what?
Right. That's where, honestly, this source is, like, it's gold.
Yeah.
Because it gives you that, like, that roadmap, those practical tips that you can use everywhere.
Okay.
And it all starts with a really, really solid content strategy.
Okay, music to my ears, because let's be real, no amount of, like, fancy algorithms or whatever can save you if your content just, like, isn't good.
100%. And, like, one of the biggest misconceptions, you got to post constantly.
Right.
It's not about that.
Okay.
It's not about, like, overwhelming people.
Yeah.
It's about quality over quantity, always.
Yeah. I think I've definitely been guilty of that, like, more, like, just post.
Yeah.
But it's true. Sometimes less is more, especially if what you are putting out there is good.
Exactly.
It's engaging. It's actually, like, speaking to your audience.
100%.
Speaking of engagement, what are some of the, like, the strategies there that actually, you know, like, move the needle?
So the source really, like, emphasizes this over and over.
Yeah.
This is key. You've got to be human. And I know that sounds so simple,
Yeah.
but in this world of, like, automation and bots, just being a real person,
Right.
it's huge.
Okay, so how do you actually do that? Like, how do you be, like, a human on social media?
So it's about going beyond just, like, posting and ghosting.
Okay.
Like, respond to comments,
Yeah.
engage in conversations.
Right.
Even if it's just, like, you know, a quick emoji to be like, hey, I see you, I hear you.
Yeah.
People want to connect with people. They don't want to connect with, like, these faceless brands.
Yeah, you want to feel like there's somebody, like, behind the you know,
Exactly.
behind the brand.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to do that,
Yeah.
and the source talks about this, is to incorporate, like, that behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, yeah. Like, give people a little peek behind the curtain. Show them what's up.
Exactly. People love that, right? Like,
Yeah.
people are curious.
Yeah.
So whether it's like, a little glimpse into your creative process, maybe a tour of your workspace, or even like, I don't know, just a funny anecdote about like a work mishap.
Right.
Those little authentic moments.
Yeah.
They make you relatable.
It makes people, feel like they're like a part of it.
Exactly.
Part of the journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, all of this really ties into like this other crucial part of social media success.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to track the right metrics.
Oh, yeah. Not just like vanity metrics, like how many followers you have, which,
It's tempting.
it's easy to get caught up in that.
We've all been there.
But it doesn't always tell the whole story.
No. And as the source, very wisely points out, those numbers, they don't always mean anything.
Right.
Like, they don't always actually like get you those business results.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So it's about going deeper
Okay.
and figuring out, okay, what are your goals?
Right.
Like, are you trying to get leads? Are you trying to like, get people to your website?
Mhm.
Are you trying to sell more stuff? Like,
Yeah.
those are the questions.
It's about like the bigger picture, like what's actually moving the needle for your business.
Exactly.
Not just like what looks good,
Exactly. And sometimes,
Yeah.
and the source acknowledges this is a big one, you got to know when to call in the reinforcements.
Right, like know when to like wave the white flag and be like, I need help.
Exactly.
Bring in like the social media cavalry.
100%. Like, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you have tried doing it yourself and it's just not working,
Yeah.
or if you're just like, I don't have the time,
Yeah, I've got other stuff to do.
right? Like, this is not the best use of my time. Outsource it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
having a co-pilot,
No,
to like help you navigate
Exactly.
the social media like maze.
100%. Now, before we wrap things up, there's one like really important point in the source I want to make sure we hit. Data privacy.
Oh, right. Yeah. All
Yeah.
the legal stuff. It's
Yeah.
like you get so caught up in like the creative side and like making it look pretty
Yeah.
that you forget like, oh, there are rules.
Right. And like the source specifically mentions like GDPR,
Oh, yeah.
CCPA.
Yeah.
Like, you got to understand this stuff.
Yeah.
Because those are laws that like dictate how you can actually use people's data.
Right.
And the penalties if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
Not fun. Not fun at all.
It's not just like protecting your brand. It's also just like protecting yourself
100%.
legally.
All right. So we covered a lot of ground today.
We did a lot.
From like really specific platform stuff
Yeah.
to like bigger picture strategies, and of course guided by like the wisdom of 42 strategies for social media marketing.
It's like we went on this like whirlwind adventure through the world of social media, which, never stops changing.
Constantly evolving. But hopefully you're walking away not feeling overwhelmed, but empowered.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Right. Like, you can actually use this.
Yeah, exactly.
You can make those strategic decisions about like your social media presence. You can experiment.
Yes.
And you can actually use these platforms to get what you want.
There you go. I love it.
How about that?
Well said. Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to sign off. But before you go, we want to leave you with a thought ever considered, like the science behind bed bugs.
Ooh.
We're going to be diving into like the world of bed bugs, how to get rid of them. So get ready to, sleep tight. Or maybe not. Until next time.